welcome back to my channel. Can you believe we are halfway through 2025? It actually is insane, but this is the perfect time of year to sit down, reflect on your goals, reflect on your vision board, reflect on your resolutions you set 6 months ago, and make a game plan for the second half of the year. I'm really pumped for today's video because I'm going to be walking you guys through my mid-year reset, everything I'm doing to help reflect, stay on track, set new goals, and just feel really prepared to take on the second half of the year. And today's video sponsor is Microsoft 365, and I am so excited to show you how Copilot in Excel is the perfect tool for budgeting, tracking expenses, and achieving your 2025 financial goals. Plus, if you didn't know, Copilot is already integrated in Microsoft 365, making for a seamless transition in our daily lives. So the first step in any mid-year reset is to take a look at the goals you set at the beginning of the year. If you created a vision board like me, this is a perfect time to look at all the photos, the prompts. I made a few different vision boards. I made one like for my desktop that's a little more detailed, and then I made this physical one with friends back in January, and I keep this in my bathroom and I actually look at it every single day when I'm getting ready, and it has been such a game changer for just my mindset going into each day. Like I wake up, it's one of the first things I see in the morning. I'm reminded of all the amazing dreams I've set for myself this year. And if you didn't make a vision board for 2025, now is the perfect time to do it. It's never too late. I think it's so important to write out a list of your goals. And then I love finding pictures that specifically match those written goals and putting it on a vision board. And again, put it somewhere you can see it every day. We're going to be walking through all of this in a minute. And like I said, I'll be going over the goals I've achieved, the goals I haven't achieved, how I'm making a game plan to achieve those, some of my goals that have maybe changed since January, and more things like that. But first, I want to specifically look at my financial goals for 2025. And you guys know I love keeping a monthly budget. I share my monthly budget with you almost every single month in my resets. And I think it's so important to keep track of your finances so that you can not only stay on top of your goals, but you can also just be aware of your financial health. One of my biggest goals that I set at the beginning of the year for my finances was that I want to pay off $10,000 in debt, and I'm almost halfway to that goal, which is really exciting, but I really want to make sure I achieve it. And so I'm going to take a minute, analyze my money habits from the year so far, and see if I'm on track to hit those goals or if I'm going to need to adjust my budget. So I'm going to open up my monthly budget spreadsheet in Excel. You guys, if you watch any of my monthly resets, you're very familiar with this spreadsheet, and I'm so excited to show you guys how I'm using Copilot in Excel to do this easily and get the most out of all my budget data. And if you didn't know, Copilot is already integrated in all of your Microsoft 365 apps if you have a personal or family subscription. Copilot is an extremely smart AI tool that can help you in all aspects of your work and life. You can find it right here in Excel. And today I'm going to be showing you how I use it to analyze my finances and make healthy adjustments to my budget. So first, let's create a chart to compare my budgeted expenses to my actual spending from the past 6 months. I'm first going to create a new table and get the sum of each spending category from my budgeting sheets. And instead of doing this manually, I'm going to be using Copilot in Excel because it's amazing for creating formulas easily. I'm going to ask it to insert an equation for the sum of cells. Let's see, I wanted to add up gas from my May, April, March, February, and January sheets, and this cell is J59. And here's Copilot's response. Here's the formula to sum the values in cell J59 across the sheets Jan 25 to May 2025. So I'm just copying it to my clipboard, pasting it here, and there we go. I know I had a budgeted expense of $245 over these past 5 months. I want to do the same for this other column with my actual expenses. So we're going to do the same formula that Copilot gave me, but I want the cell K59, and then we'll drag this down. Okay, and now I can go category by category in my expenses. But let's say I want to analyze this in a bar chart instead of as a table. I'm just going to click the Copilot button in the top right-hand corner and ask Copilot to create a bar chart to see how my actual spending compares to my budgeted spending. Okay, and here's my chart. So as you can see, it has the sum of our budgeted amount in blue, or the expected expense, and then what I actually spent is in red. So I can quickly glance at this and see on beauty, I'm usually spending more than my budgeted amount. Meanwhile, in entertainment, I usually am giving myself more room in my budget and spending less. Again, it's just really cool to look at your own own financial data so you can make better decisions with your spending and your saving moving forward. But now I want to analyze what my biggest spending categories were from the past 6 months and then find ways to cut back so I can add more to my debt payoff and save more money for the second half of the year. So I'm going to prompt Copilot to show me the top 3 spending categories by actual. And Copilot said the top 3 spending categories by actual are shopping/personal, travel, and eating out. And what's awesome about Copilot is it's not just limited to Excel, it can actually search the web. And looking at this data for my budget, I want some actual advice on how I can spend less in my top 3 categories. So I'm gonna ask, how can I cut back on spending in my top 3 spending categories? And look how cool this is. Copilot is now giving me advice on how I can spend less and save more while using numbers from my actual budget. Here's some other awesome prompts that Copilot is already giving me, like what are some budget-friendly travel destinations? Let's take this a step further. Oh my gosh, this is such cool information. Saying in Vietnam, I can enjoy a bowl of soup with rice noodles and pork for just $1.50 a cup. And again, I'm using Copilot like this all within Excel. This is just a simple example of how I'm using Copilot in Excel to help me understand my spending and make better money decisions for the rest of 2025. So next time you're working in Excel, check out Copilot in Excel for yourself. I really recommend trying it out in your own resets for help with your own goals. Again, Copilot is already integrated in all of your Microsoft 365 apps, and I'll have a link in the description box with more information. And thank you so much to Microsoft 365 for sponsoring this video. Now let's continue with the rest of the reset. So now that I've looked at my financial goals and made some plans for how I'm going to cut back on spending so I can save a little bit more and then use that money to add to my debt payoff so I can hit that goal of paying off $10,000 by the end of the year, I want to also look at all the other areas of my life because those are important as well. And so I'm taking a look at my vision board that I created back in January. So now's a great time to look at that list of goals, look at your own vision board, see what you've achieved, what you haven't achieved, analyze why you maybe haven't achieved it yet or what steps you need to do to reach that goal, or ask yourself even if you want to still achieve that goal, because it's okay to change your mind. Things that you maybe wanted for yourself in January aren't something that you want for yourself today. So it is okay to take things off of your list. I'm first seeing a lot of like, be active. I know on my desktop version, I had like, make time for sports, do my Pilates, be outside, focus on my health and wellness, which I've really done this first half of the year. If you guys know my channel, I've been in my health and wellness era and have been getting my 10,000 steps a day. A lot of the steps I do outside. I'm trying to make time for sports when I'm home with family or with friends. And so I feel really good about that goal, and I feel like I'm actually achieving that. I also wanted to kill it at work and grow on social. I have videos of like working, editing, cameras, all that kind of stuff. And although all of my channels aren't growing at like a super rapid pace, I'm seeing consistent, slow growth, which is really all I can ask for. I'm really grateful for it, especially on TikTok. I've seen some growth the past few months, which I'm excited for. I have cooking on here. I have tried out some new recipes. I have like photos with my Bible and stuff and just being plugged into the Word, which again is something I'm always working on, but we're getting there. I also had some photos that replicate like start dating, which is actually something I've done. So that was one that like I think scared me the most out of all my goals, because after my breakup last year, I wanted to take time off of dating and just didn't prioritize it, which is totally fine. That's what I wanted to do. But going into this year, I was like, I think a few months in, I want to jump back into dating a little bit, test it out. So proud of myself for actually following up on that and checking it off. I mean, this is something that again is gonna keep going throughout the rest of the year, but I'm glad to have like, I guess, yeah, I put start dating and I did start dating. So even if I'm not in a relationship by the end of the year, that's totally fine. I'm just proud of myself for getting myself back out there. So travel somewhere new is always on my list for goals. I did go to Charleston twice, and I had been to Charleston one time before, but if I don't go anywhere else new by the end of the year, that may count as my like traveling somewhere new. I'm actually moving there, which is crazy, but but I would still like to maybe travel somewhere new by the end of the year. And so now in the back of my mind, I can think, okay, what are some places I could go? What time of year should I go? Can I go in the fall? Can I go in November? Do I go in December? Like I can start making a game plan to be like, make plans to achieve that goal of traveling somewhere new. Now, what's really interesting is what is not on my vision board is 2 big, huge life things that I actually am doing this year, but I had no plans to do in January. And that is 1, get my real estate license, and 2, move out of Nashville. in January, those were not on my plan for the year, which is crazy because those are two huge things that I'm doing. And I think that just goes to show like your years change, your desires change, what you want for yourself can change so easily month to month or within 6 months. And that's totally fine. So yeah, when I was creating this vision board, that's nowhere on this vision board. So I may need to edit this a little bit and make a new one that kind of showcases those new aspects of my life. So I'm gonna edit the digital version, just swap out some of these photos, have some fun, rearrange it as you can see here, and just make it match these two huge life changes that I've initiated for myself and that I'm really proud that I'm doing. And that way for the rest of the year, I can be like, oh yeah, I do have still a house on my vision board and we achieved that. Or yeah, I did want to like move out of Nashville and that's now on this board. So I'm going to adjust this a little bit now to meet those new goals. And again, I know I'm driving this point home, but it is okay for your goals to change. And that is why we are doing this mid-year reset. That is why we're taking a look at our goal list and our vision board, because things probably have changed for you as well. And then, like I said at the beginning, put it somewhere where you're going to see it regularly, whether that's on your phone, your desktop, physically in your room, in your bathroom, in your kitchen. And I promise it's just going to spark that little bit of motivation every day when you see it. Okay, for the next part of this reset, we're gonna work on our physical space because we all know spring cleaning is amazing, but sometimes the spring can be really busy and just chaotic. So I feel like summer, where you may have a little bit of extra time in a day or on your weekends, you can do some cleaning, decluttering, put away your winter clothes, clean out those pantries, like get rid of all the food that you've had for the past 6 months and haven't used, and just have a clean space for summer. It feels so refreshing. If you guys don't know, I'm actually moving this month. So I have been deep cleaning everything, and just because I have to, because we're packing up and moving out. And so that's really helped me with this mid-year reset. But even if you aren't moving right now, it is a great time to go through the places that you don't always look through, maybe those junk drawers, maybe those dresser cabinets, maybe clean out the fridge, like actually wipe down all of the insides, do everything that maybe you thought to do in January and just haven't thought of again. But I promise it will feel so incredibly amazing when it's done. Okay, and for the last part of this reset, we are gonna do just a little reflection. I wanted to put this at the end because I know a lot of you guys come to these resets for like motivation. So I wanted to put like these tactical tips of how you can reset here at the beginning. But now what I'm gonna do is go through my planner actually. So this is my self-designed planner. We have monthly reflections, yes, and monthly goal setting, but we also have 6 months at the very beginning, 6 month goal setting and 6 month reflection, because again, this planner is 6 months long. So I just finished it up and I am going to fill out this reflection with you guys and we can kind of work through it together. It's similar to the monthly reflection page where you have some different prompts. So your favorite moments from the past 6 months, your wins, your next 6 month plan, and then the life balance scale, which I like doing this every month, if you know, where you rate yourself 1 to 5 in work, personal, wellness, social, finances, and hobbies. A little place for new ideas if like something sparks while you're reflecting. And then this reset checklist, which we kind of already went through. It says buy new planner. I'm good with that. Deep clean home, just did that. Evaluate routines. This is something that I need to do when I'm home actually. Set new goals. I have cancel unused subscriptions. Did that through my finances. And then there's a spot where you can write out even more, like your own little checklist for your mid-year or 6 month reset. So you can fill that in there. But I'm going to take some time to fill this out, and I recommend you guys to reflect as well. I think it's great to look back at our vision board and at our goals and set new goals and focus on that, but also just like reflect on stuff that isn't like goal oriented, that isn't like career or wellness or anything like that focus. Just your favorite moments, your wins personally, and how you want the next 6 months to look. all these wins and favorite moments, and as I rate myself on this life balance scale, I'm just really proud of myself and the work that I put in this first 6 months of the year. Worked to put my best self forward in everything that I do in my work, starting a new career, with my health and wellness, like getting into the best shape I've been in all of my 20s, with social, like seeing a lot of friends and dating again and just being really proud of that. With my finances, I'm giving myself a 3 here just because I feel like I wasn't as strict as I've been in the past, but that's okay. Like, things ebb and flow. But yeah, focusing on hobbies and things as well. I'm just really proud of myself for the work I put in this first half of the year, and I'm hoping to keep that up the second half of the year so that overall 2025, I think, is just going to be a year of major change and transformation for me in my life, and that makes me very, very excited. All right, that is it for this mid-year reset video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope it was helpful in guiding you through how you can have a mid-year reset for yourself. It feels so good whether you just choose one of these aspects to do for yourself, or you do all of them, or you come up with your own segments of how you're gonna reset your life. You can make a coffee, put on a face mask, put on some moody music, and just have yourself a little vision reset moment. And thank you again to Microsoft 365 for sponsoring this video. I'm using Copilot for everything now. It's just the best. The next video you see from me, I will not be in this apartment anymore, which is crazy, but I love you all so much. I'm really excited for this second half of the year, for all that's going to come to this channel, how my life's changing, so my content is going to be changing a bit, and I'm just really happy to bring you all along. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!